Oh, goodness. Okay. Ugh. I am tired, you could say. But the show must go on. Uh, okay, so today, compared to last time, not actually making a banner now, actually making something else. It should be, I believe it should be probably closer to a map. I'll pull up what I'm thinking of. And I'll show. I'll show it. I did see whatchamacallit? I did see try to get maybe figuring out a way to get live on TikTok. I don't actually have enough content or enough time posted there, so I actually need to post videos there. So I'll probably work on that, and then at least by February, I should have a third streaming platform where people can watch. So it should be easier for people to look around. I'm not really sure. But having more streaming platforms is better. I just have to actually convert the videos that... Not the videos. I don't have many videos. I have to convert the live streams that I do into video content is what I need to do. And I have plenty of space on my computer to do so. I just need to cut out the parts that don't really matter. And just work based around that. So probably I need to start writing essays as well for scholarships because I haven't done that yet. But I can do that around like over the next few weeks. Look at past streams and then make videos. So then I'll just have videos upload on a scheduled basis. So, that's what I plan to do anyway. So, I will get into it. As far as music or desktop audio is concerned, window capture doesn't actually have... What's the right word? It doesn't actually play the music that we're looking for. So, I would probably actually need to add 2 window captures here. So, not just this window capture, but... Oh, wait, I know. I have another one for music, so I can actually open that up now. But I need to figure out what I want to play, because I don't want to have... I don't want to have the issue of having a copyright strike specifically, not claim, because a claim I'm not making any money off my content anyway, so it doesn't matter at the moment. In the future it will, but not right now. Besides that, however, I do want to make sure that I don't have a copyright strike where music that people do not want used is used on stream. So I need to think about that, because it doesn't really matter that if I can make a fair use argument. I don't have the legal and financial resources to actually fight something like that. So I would need to just make sure that anything I do play is either not non-copyrightable, for example, or on a different note, at least has permission. I can at least have permission to play it, because not everyone will be lenient about how they want their stuff used. Now, the only thing I will ask of everyone who is watching is basically don't tell me how to do the artwork. So I'll add that in. Don't tell me how to do the artwork. How to do something, unless specifically asked. Yes. Otherwise, wait until I post the image. Not the image. Well, it is an image. That's what you guys will be downloading before you modify it at all. It in any form. And that should be about it. That's pretty simple. So don't tell me how to do what I'm doing right now. And don't touch or try to recreate what I'm doing, for example, until I actually have it posted. Hey Nacho, welcome. Not much is happening. I am planning to start drawing something on screen. So if you'd be interested in that, you can watch. If you're not interested in that, you can watch something else. Alright. Oh wait, I have another issue, because I actually have to pull up my docs now. But I don't have my docs pulled up. That's a big issue. I forgot. I don't know how you do that, though. I forgot about that. I need to pull up my docs, because I closed 2 docs yesterday. Not yesterday, but I think on the last stream I closed 2 docs, and now I don't have them pulled up, so I need those pulled up now. Because if I don't have them pulled up, then I may have an issue. Keyboard support's pretty good. Brush size. I don't actually need this in the bottom right. I don't actually need that. That one I actually can just get rid of. Navigator is better. And then brush control down there is good. Preview. And then palette up there. Of a palette, I think it's the colors I'm using. Not quite sure, but this is, I guess, alright. But then I need a brush picker. And I don't think I have that built in right now. So I'll put that there. As far as my brush select, I don't think I actually have one pulled up. So I think that may be... Hold on. Because I don't have the brush tool popped up. And that's what I actually need here. So I'll put that up there. And it's just an option to choose from. And I'll put my color palette not there. Very importantly, not there. Can I have it on the bottom? I kind of want it on the bottom. But that might not make sense. Okay. So I have this set up for the future. And that's Navigator. And as far as layers go, I can't really move anything. Which is unfortunate, but I can try and make this work. So I'll actually have my brush layout here, because this may make it easier to actually tell what's going on. And then this seems okay. So I have my colors here, my brush option here, and then anything else I'd be looking for is in the right place. So that should be it. And then there's not much else here that I'd be looking for. Oh no, brush size. No, brush size I have down here, so I don't actually need this tab. Reference. I don't know where I'm going to use this. Oh, I guess this is the import images, right? Possibly. I imagine that's what it is, to import image. I don't fully know for sure. I imagine that's what it is, actually. So if I wanted to test something, like pull out this image, for example, that gives me a reference I can look at. That's actually quite cool. Just having a reference tool there. That's actually quite good. I like that. So I'll actually move this navigator over to what would be palette. And palette, I don't really use this, so I don't really know. Yeah, so palette I haven't actually used, so I'll get rid of that as an option and just keep it like this. When I learn what a palette is, I will use it. Now, as far as this reference will go, I do want something else. It is pretty cool looking at it, but I don't think it's the most important part of the work here. Considering my phone's about to die, I'm going to charge it before I actually get into it. Okay. So it's going to charge over there. And now I have an option to create straight lines actually. I wanted to see this. This is very good. This is very good, actually. So I can actually remove that. So if I need to create straight lines, I have an option there. In the meantime, for this other stuff in the background, hold on. For this other stuff in the background, I'm mainly just going to have music play from this. It's not at like a super low rate, but I'm going to find YouTube. And I'm going to find something to play music with. The question is what to play. Not necessarily how to play it. That truly is the only question I have. What do I play? I might choose stuff from now and then. Yeah, I honestly might choose stuff from time to time. Yeah, so that... But no, that's definitely not playing properly. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. That makes it capture, but this should still capture audio. If I click. Yep. It captures audio. I just have to plug in headphones now. Yeah. So that's not right. That's not good. Oh goodness. Uh oh. Okay. There we go. Crisis averted. So, let's get these headphones on. Plug this in. Right? So I can hear it. And it doesn't hit the microphone. Right? And optimize. And I think I can actually begin now. So, let's go. Actually, shuffle the playlist as well, because I want to hear random stuff. And then when I feel like it, I'll switch to something else. So for this piece, I'm thinking of making a map, right? So I actually need multiple layers, so I'm gonna add them in here. Because I need a map layer. Well, geographic map layer here. I'm going to need a city layer. So shadow layer, a map layer, so the actual land itself. There's not going to be a sky here, there's going to be a map. Maybe this could be the city layout here. I think this is what this should be. And then a political map, what's actually controlled and what's not. And then above that, later, I could probably add the positions of different units. I I think that's how I will do it. At least I think that's ideal. So let's start. Now on this layer. Start with this layer. So I think for this, where are the brushes? Oh my goodness, they're on this side. So I think a mapping pen. What does this look like? That's not bad. I think I'll use mapping pens today. Why not? We'll use mapping pens. So I use mapping pens here. Distance of lines. Does this matter? Does increasing the distance change anything? Number of lines. Oh, wait, no. It does actually matter. Wait, that's actually quite cool. That's quite cool. Hold on. You can make something with this. Hold on. I think that's good. So, I'll keep that in mind. So if I just want one line, I can add 2 lines to delineate where the front line should be. Okay. So I'll have that delineated. I'll do that later. So I'll have this up on layer 4. So I'll just draw where that front line should be. Just draw where the front should be. So the front line should look generally something like this. And that will be layer 4. But it won't matter as much. So it should look something like that. But I'm going to X that out. There's ooze too. I wonder what that does. It does something. I first need a green. So then when I actually add the front line, that's when I'll consider making some areas gray. Or brown. I just need to get the general landforms down. So I'll actually add another layer here. Because this will be the water layer to see what's happening. So do that first. Boom, 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 boom. So this area needs a major river bisecting it. So major rivers will be about 500, and we'll see how wide that is. That's pretty wide. So let's drop that down to 200. Still a bit wide, and then I'll drop that down to 100. That's a major river. Okay. So I think actually maybe 50 is better. 50 seems to be best for actual large rivers, and I can make 100 where there's dams. So let me draw a front line. Let me draw a river first. So I need to draw where the ocean is. Actually, I want to be somewhat specific where the water is. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that should be ocean. Should be ocean of some form. I'll fill that in now. And then I'll add like an island area right there. So something like that will be okay. Yeah, so something like this seems pretty good to me. So then we'll have a cut here. Burrow that in. Yeah, that seems okay. And that seems so good to me. And then this is for the ocean. And I can make something a bit smaller, so maybe 30 as a river. Yeah, that seems better. So now we're going to add the river down. The major river. We're gonna add that there. This should have more branches. So it should come like this. And then this should have a fork that goes in like that. It shouldn't be this straight though. So I feel like it should go more like that, and then as a sharp turn up. That seems better. What I'm going for. And then this mouth will be somewhere up here. Seems pretty good. Boom, boom. So one major river outlet there, and then I'll have another one here. So that's where the river shall go. Should be a lake here. So some sort of lake there. And then connect these two. And fill it in like that. Yeah, so something like that will be good. Just one lake. And these are just the major rivers. There will obviously be a lot more than this. So we're gonna have one there. So, and it's gonna flow this way, obviously. Now this is one river. We can have like another one come off of here. And then this one circles up like that, because there will be hills here. Yeah, this seems okay to me so far. There shouldn't be a major river that comes out here. So there shouldn't be a river there. Not here, but it will come out further that way. Those will be our major river networks further west. Then that river will stop right there. Now there is a lake coming down this way, so I'll fill that in. So yeah, so I'll have a lake here. Now, why have a lake here? Although this should probably be its own extension of the sea. I'll be very honest about that. Because I have to add smaller lakes in here as well. But I think here is a perfect place to add some major rivers. And they both start in a general same area. Something like this is okay. Now one should go off screen, so should this one. But there should be at least like one river that goes up here. Let's just stop right there. There shouldn't be too much major stuff happening there. Connect. And that's just the it's just the large river map. The small rivers, there'll be a lot more of those. Like a lot more of them, generally. I think this is a good major river map. Have a river there. That looks pretty good, actually. So, something like this is okay for the water map. For the major rivers, and I can add minor ones here. So I add 15s and 5s. So major tributaries into these. Actually, I think these need to be a different color. I think that would be ideal. These being a different color would be fine. So maybe add something like this, and then here we'll just have a stream of rivers that just meet up into it like that, just to feed the antlers a bit. And then there will be... I imagine there should probably be some form of lake there. So actually add some form of lake there, which would be symbolized by these colors. So some form of shallow lake. Okay. So this is fine. And now here, as you get closer to the edge, there should be a bit more major rivers coming into it. Boom, bam. Just make sure those are connected. And then just have another one here. Oh, that seems like it goes too far. It's alright though. Because then I can use this map and just keep the rivers the same and just use it for future maps. That would be pretty good. Boom, 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 Actually, it'd be kind of cool to have this river connect here, as this would mean there's a little offshoot here, and that these are actually islands. I feel like I want to keep doing that. Because the major river will be what's in black. But then the little offshoots here, some of these will connect to the main river. Whereas others, like I guess like one here, for example. Although that doesn't make sense to have it there. I think it makes sense to more have it here. This one could just be its own little thing. More like a tidal estuary kind of thing. I think that's good. Yeah. There's a lot more rivers I have to add, though. I don't think I'm gonna add major rivers there. It'd be pretty cool. Maybe not one leading. Yeah, so I have one going, leaching out there. But that one's okay. And then there'll be some tidal estuaries in here. Like here. This large river here needs more of those offshoots. So I think a river that starts here and splits, one branch comes off this way, and then the second branch were to come off this, and then that splits here would be good. So I want this road to actually be kind of shallow in a way. Well, not shallow, but I want the elevation to slope towards it, but it gets flatter here. So something is here. I feel like I'm gonna have to use the bathroom soon. So I might be AFK for a little bit, but not for too long. Now this will have plenty of minor rivers flowing into it. Yeah, something there will be okay. I think minor streams I just shouldn't have on here, but maybe that's a great idea. Having minor streams be there too. That might be a good idea. Actually, let me mute my mic. Okay, I'm back. So, let's get back to it. Alright, so, where are we stopped? So, I was making a bunch of rivers. I think actually having a fork in the river here may actually be a good idea. To just show these are connected in a way. And just make this a little wider. I actually think the southern branch should actually be the longest river. There should be some sort of hill blocking it. Boom, 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 boom. It's actually somewhat surprising I didn't add a second major river here. I probably should have. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I probably should. Yeah, so something like this I think is okay. Into the river splitting. Keep this area relatively dry. It's not adding. There we go. Actually, that doesn't make logical sense. It should be more like this. It merges in here. Where you have one branch that comes and feeds this. That makes a lot more sense. There we go. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense as a concept. The audio on some of these is actually not good. Boom 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 dum dum da da dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum da 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 dum da 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 dum dum da dum dum da da dum dum da da dum 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 da da dum 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 da da dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum 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 da da dum. Actually, wait, hold on. Dum da dum 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 dum. Some of this should actually split off. Dum dum da da dum da da dum da 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 dum da 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 dum 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 da da dum da 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 dum. I like what I'm hearing right now. It's amazing. Dum dum boom boom. Da 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 dum da dum da da dum da 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 dum. Actually, redraw this. Up here needs some rivers, but I think this is flowing this way. Yeah, it's flowing this way. So some of that water is coming in like this. Dum dum da da dum dum. But I actually think maybe thinking of this as a canyon may actually be better in this area. This may actually be a canyon. So water is actually limited going in here. There's a lot more water coming in at the end. So thinking of it more like this may actually be a good idea. And then this is a canyon zone. And then I guess the moderate river should go like somewhere in here. So a little bit of higher ground, it just flows down here because it's easier than coming down here. And I guess, actually, there should be another cut here that flows off this way. Although, that doesn't make sense. I like this hypothesis better. I like that one a lot better. One area has a lot of tributaries, the other does not. Actually, I do think... Hold on, because I could erase some of this. The major rivers at this point, I think this one. I think this one should be a combination of water flowing in at the top, actually. So water flowing in here, a combination merges and forms of this. And then you just have another, you just extend this down. Actually no, keep that the way it is, and then just merge that in. Then we have another river that forms here. And it will merge right here. Similarly, we have another river here, and they all start in the same general area. This one shouldn't have as many tributaries attached to it, but it should have a longer tributary. Like this. Yeah, so something like this should be ideal. Boom, 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 boom. So some areas have a lot more water, others do not. This river is large because it has other large rivers feeding into it. But it doesn't hurt to have more of these here. And then that river comes off screen. But as you get close to the edge, there's a lot more rivers here. Dum 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 dum. Connect these. Connect that. And now just connect this up here. Dum dum da dum. Dum dum da dum. Dum da 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 dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. And then this river stops around there. Oh, actually, it could stop around here for where it's getting into water from. It just splits off. Bum 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 bum. Actually, no. Let's make a wavier with her. Actually, that river, I think, actually spin it, 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 and then spin it, and 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 spin it. That doesn't look realistic, but what I can do now is I can connect this river to it. So it has another pathway. If I connect that, then I can add a source for these two rivers as another Spinnet river. But I actually want to add a lake here. So this originates from a lake here. So let me find the lake color. It's not this. This is a large lake. This is deep lake. I need a shallow lake color. Boom 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 Bum 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 Boom, 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 boom. Okay, now I can connect the major rivers to this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Bum 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 bum. Boom 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 ba ba boom ba boom ba ba boom rum ba ba boom ba boom ba ba dum boom adaram adoro adoro boom 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 dum 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 boom 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 dum 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 boom 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 ba boom bum ba bum bum ba bum 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 ba dum bum ba dum bum bum ba bum ba bum bum ba bum ba dum bum ba ba bum Boom 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 boom. I think this is okay. Now ideally I could just keep it white if I want to have a snow map. So I have an easy snow map here now. This shouldn't get as many. This shouldn't be a high river density area. It should be pretty dry. This area, on the other hand, needs to be pretty river dense. to make it functional. Wait. Had a lot of fun doing this. So that's the little weird river, and then I'm gonna add a little force off of it. Now my hands are getting tired. They know it took so long, but they're starting to get tired now. This is a mapping pen? Didn't know it could do maps like this. This is pretty amazing. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun So that river chain is connected. Now I just see another river chain here. Actually, believe it or not, this area should have a lot of rivers here as well. Ding, dum, 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 dum. Yeah, this river is pretty weird, but I think there's a reason it should be this way. Imagine this area is hilly. Just thinking about it. That would make sense why this is there. Oh, that looks not good. This is pretty good now. I like what I see here. I can imagine there's a little hill here that makes these possible. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, having two major rivers there, this actually makes sense to just have that be cut like that instead. Because these flow into here. So having less cut off rivers here actually makes sense. Boom, 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 boom. Bing ding ding. Ding bang ding ding bang ding ding bang ding 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 ding. Wait, did I connect two rivers that I wasn't supposed to? It feels like it. I don't know how, but it feels like it. Yeah, I kinda did, but that's fine. Boom, 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 Some places could use a lake or two. I think like this one could use one. This area could definitely use a lake or two. Could have a lake here. It makes sense why this area has a lot of rivers. Here, I understand why there wouldn't be many. Here they are flowing from this one. Could have a river there. So actually connect this one in. Connect that one there. So you have multiple rivers. Connect these in. That looks pretty good to me so far. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, I think eliminating a connection here may be worth it. Eliminate a connection. If this is supposed to be where the canyon starts, there should be very little water going in there. I'm gonna add a new pathway for that. Boom. My phone's ringing. Apologies, my mother called. You see, actually changed the song in a moment. It's actually too dramatic for this. Oh my goodness. It's kind of difficult to figure out to play though, you know? It is very difficult to actually figure out. What should I actually have on? I know what I do want. I want this one song. Like this song on. I have this playing for a little bit on loop. The river map's looking quite good. But this should be the lake region. So we get further up here. Now I think I should have two, like one large lake up here, like another one, and just fill this area. Actually, no, not like that, but more like this. And they will have islands in the middle. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So this is what the lake should look like generally. And then I'll use these colors to connect to the major one. Want more rivers? So just keep flooding into here. And this should be good, I feel. Now there will be an isolated lake in the middle of this canyon. So I feel like I want to add it here. Like in this area. Let's see how that looks. There should be a larger depression here, which is like a lot of water. So something like that's good, I feel. Something like that is okay, in my personal opinion. And we'll have another large lake start this river. So some small lakes in between. Not as many, but some small lakes along around here. I think especially around here is pretty good. This will feed 2 lakes. There should be no lakes down there. And then I want a color. There we go. Actually, I want this color. There we go. So I'll connect here. There's be more running off into that river. Having a fun time doing this, at least. Actually, no, keep that river sparse. I have 2 rivers coming here, but keep this area river sparse. This area should not be river sparse, however. There we go. We'll add a river here. Why not? Be connected there. And then that should be fine. My hotbar keeps moving. I'm not sure why that is. But it does keep moving. Boom, 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 Oh, I'm hearing my fan. Oh my goodness. I'm hearing the fan in the computer. I didn't know it could be that loud. Oh my goodness, wow. So, I feel like this is pretty good. This is what it looks like from here. I just need to add some more lakes. So I just need to add like a lake in some of these areas. I feel like this area right here, this is like gigantic lake material right here. Like, hold on. This feels like a gigantic lake. It could just be added right here. Now, it's going to be pretty high up, granted, like, but this looks pretty nice, I will admit. I have to indicate that there's, like, hill here in some fashion, though. So there's an oxbow lake here. It's not directly touching the river, but there used to be a river in that area. I think we could do like something with that here. Already done it here, but there could be a previous flow to the river here where it's bending. So I could have one here actually. And then it's a large freshwater lake right for the sea here. The southwestern part of the map, these have lakes. Be a lake. There could be like a lake here, like a smaller one. That just leads to these, but not much else. This area doesn't really need lakes. Some lakes here. These are all the major ones. Yeah. Those are all the major areas for water. So these are all the rivers that are notable on the map. The blue area, the black, well, the dark blue is a major river. The blue, the things that come off of it are minor rivers. Not including streams. The streams are not included in this map. But if it's a river, if it can be classified as a river, it's here. On major rivers, just the dark black ones. So streams are not included, but there's plenty of them. So some areas are a lot more irrigated than others, like up here, down here, here. As there's some areas that have pretty little irrigation by comparison. Like not as much irrigation here, for example. Like some here, but these are the major ones here. All water flowing, and there's not as much water flowing here, which makes sense. All right, now that that's added, start adding some lands, some colors to the land now. Now I know what I want to do right off the bat. This is pretty far into the interior. But I do still want some form of rock formation here. Boom. But now if I overpaint over something, then I can just delete it. So we're gonna do that right now. I need a stronger orange than this, so something like here. I have 2 oranges, why not? So I'll add this one further in. So add this one in. So this is a deep layer, the deep layer canyon rock. This should expand down here as well. This is actually quite good, I will admit. It's not finished yet. Then as you get here, it just start thinning out until you don't have it anymore, and then we'll just have the yellow area. Same kind of deal here, but here it's a lot closer to the water, and it encompasses a lot more. Here it's pretty much the entire river is this canyon. So I'll spread it here. So even this river right here is in the canyon. This is in the canyon for sure. This is just where the canyon rock goes. Whereas this area is not in the canyon, especially further north of this area. I'll actually extend this a bit further. This area here. Actually, thinking about it, if this is the middle of the canyon, I think, actually, I'm gonna pull that back a little. This should be in the canyon, and then that canyon just stop right about there. On this end, and then you have a second pocket there. Move that back. So these should all be in the canyon, and then around this area is where it stops being the canyon. Yeah, that makes sense. So around here. Everything else though is in the canyon. And it's firm canyon rock, except for around the river here. But you can't just fill that in, unfortunately. But I could paint it in. It doesn't really matter as much for me, because I could just paint it in. I think this area can just fill, if I'm correct. to just be able to fill this, and then just fill in the rest to move that weird line. That should be good. Hands are very tired now. I'll admit. But I have a mission here. It's a little too far. The trick is to encircle it and then fill it. With this. That's the trick. You encircle an area and then fill it up. That way it's way easier to get all this color in. Kind of like here. I can just color this in. Well, I can fill it in to make it easy for myself and then color it in. To get rid of the outline here. And then within this orange area, I can add a light. I can add some red peaks in here. Just give it a more 3D look. There we go. I think it looks okay. Yeah, this looks alright for the most part. And then just fill this in. Yeah, so I can add the yellow around the rim. Add the yellow around the rim area. I didn't even zoom out that far. But yeah, so here I can also add it. Yeah, so this looks alright, I think. Yeah, I think this is good. I'm just looking at it. Yeah, so that looks good to me. At least the top of the canyon. And then I just have to add this yellow rim that I took. So just need to add this around the base of that. So just have to shorten this down to make it easier to paint in these smaller areas. But otherwise, it should be good. So this is pretty good here. I'll probably change the song after this. How does that look? From far away, you can't really notice when it stops blending in. I assume that's only because it's far away. This is a bit difficult to actually get down correctly, but I mean, it gets wider in places, so it's fine. I think it would have been good to actually have, it might be good to actually have a separate layer underneath this. Maybe, yeah, it might have been good to have that, but I'm not really sure. Yes, I guess I can add a grass one underneath this. Which this is starting to get away from the grass. This is not necessarily flat land. So I can't just add snow where when there's a snow map. I could just simply add white on top of these. But that would be lazy. I don't want to seem like that. Time to change it up a little. It's so hard to figure out what I can play and what I cannot. It's very difficult to figure out what I can and cannot play right now.
We need to find the snake for our snake.
Yeah, it's just difficult to do this. I mean, honestly, there's not even that many people here, so I don't know why I keep going. I don't mean to cut into the pink, into the purple, into orange like that, but okay. If it happens, it happens. Yeah, that seems okay. This area. That seems okay, because then we could just add a longer rim. Nah, actually, I think I need to add another layer to this. I'll just shift this layer up when I'm done. Or I could just have everything added on one layer. It definitely seems interesting, how I'm making this. This canyon is not the shortest canyon. Like, it actually is pretty prominent. So I would imagine there's mountains here of some kind. But where did I put that that occupation zone? I imagine I have it like, if I do draw this and I do make the political map, I imagine the front line should be somewhere over here, maybe. It could be a north-south war though, which in this case, leaving the snow up here would be a good idea. That could just be orange right there. This will not be. This will be this weird mixed color. Dun, 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 dun. This area can use sprouts of this. Especially here. Could lower this down a little bit further. in shallow areas like this, for example. And then just fill this in here. That looks pretty okay. If like one more area to fill in with this. Still no one watching. Makes sense. Maybe the video got copyright striked. It's possible. There we go. I think Soothing Voyage should be in here somewhere. There it is. So Soothing Voyage should help a bit with making this. And then I've got to eat something. Hold on. I'm mute. Dum da da dum da dum da da dum da 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 dum. We're doing well. Did I make this loop? There we go. It is. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, just keep painting up this. And I think this canyon area will be pretty much finished soon. Because it's not supposed to extend up there. Dun, 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 dun. I think this is actually good for building a mountain range. This could be elevated terrain. Yeah, this could be the elevated terrain one. So everyone's middle and lower terrain. Yeah, so I think I'll actually do that. Doom, da, 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 dum. So this is actually be elevated terrain. This is lower terrain. Doom, da, 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 dum, da, dum, da, 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 dum, da, 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 dum. And then I can always raise the water layer up above this whenever I need to. For now, it will look like that. Yeah, so this entire area has to be a canyon. Yeah, so this entire area can actually work as a canyon spot here. I like the sound of it, at least. Boom, boom, baby, boom. Imagine areas like this would be a little bit tough to get the canyon to work as I want it to. Yeah, this looks pretty good actually. Looks pretty good from what I see. And then just close that up. And that's closed now. Oh, this area needs a covering all the way up. Yeah, that looks okay. So I'll actually extend it there for this one. And then beyond this point, it starts to get lower. But beyond that point, it starts to get lower. Here, then, it would make sense to actually extend it a bit. But this is supposed to be lower land. Just extending it here won't be a problem. So I just need to seal this up. Could I fill this? Fill that, and I could fill that. That looks good. So now, for some of these areas, I can add some of these larger canyons here. They can extend them downward. I feel like here's fine to stop. This looks good. I'm liking what I see here. But I feel like it should go a little bit more like this. Let's connect these two. Dum da da dum da da dum dum dum. Yeah, that looks kind of perfect almost. Although this shell here, it seems a little too. It doesn't seem rounded enough, so I'll actually extend this a bit. Not all the way, but I'll extend it here. I'll also extend this downward a bit. Just so it looks like this. And the stone does extend a bit further. Doom 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 doom. Maybe not that far, but you know, extending it here wouldn't hurt. The northern branch, and then the southern branch here. Like that doesn't look too bad. And also I can now start adding these. Although that doesn't really fit, it should more be like this. Yeah, something more around that color. Now I can start adding some of these around. They're not gonna fit everywhere. Where they can fit, I'll fit them. So I'll actually make my hand a little bit bigger because I want these to have a large amount of space to actually fit. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so something like this works. Yeah, so that looks good, I think. Up here. That looks fine. At least for how I'm looking at it. And then for the layer below it, I'll just add a sand layer here. How good does that look? It doesn't blend in, right? No. And that fainter sand layer here is okay. Oh, not like that. I didn't mean to block it off. There will be some slight greenery on top of this in some areas. But the soil here is generally sandy. That's not what I'm looking for. I have to decrease the brush size here just to fit it. These smaller gaps. I think that looks okay. Boom. It's not done yet, but I think that looks okay so far. Now, I think the rest of this, I know what generally the soil type should be outside of this area. There we go. Now these are just lower elevations. I'm not gonna add. I won't add sand here. I will get this itty bitty soil here. Could work. Yeah, so I'm just gonna start filling in areas for what I want to be in these regions later. It's not gonna be an exact science on the soil types, but I think that kind of fits almost anywhere. I think for over here, some of these areas are gonna have clay like soil, so it's gonna look something like this. That entire area is connected, so I can't really do that there. So what I need to do is I need to get on this layer. I need to pull this. And then I need to extend. This has to be 15. Alright. Yeah. I believe I have to extend it. Extend it this way. Alright. Now that's fine. So now I can connect these two land masses with this brown soil here. So I could fill in this area, brown soil. This entire area up here is connected. I'm kind of shocked by that. Although I really shouldn't be. This area up here have that type of soil. I think that entire part can actually have that. And then I could change it later. Up here, I think some more of this darkest clay soil here works. And then a mix here works. Something not that bright, but I think a mixture here works. Yeah. It's predominant soil type in that area. And as you get further down, you should get close to this brown color. Well, that connects that entire area. That's not what we're looking for. Now that's a rocky soil up there. Now all this is not going to be low ground, but it's just a general soil type. So before I add anything, this should just be like the base, what it should be. You're going to have some very pale soil in this area. That's not what I'm looking for. Actually, I want more of a rocky soil. So I think more of a rocky soil in this area works for me the best. Like some form of rock structure in those areas. Not that the entire area be rocks, but maybe this? No, definitely not there. This can be like a lightish, maybe like more like a reddish soil, I feel, in this area. Not there, but I think definitely here. I think that entire area can generally just be a Red River Valley type thing. I think definitely there works. Maybe not up there. I think up there you're looking at more of this grayish soil. And then in between you mix them together and you get some soil here. And that's what the predominant soil here will be. Maybe a little bit lighter than that. Something like that. And then further down south, especially here, you're gonna have this black soil almost. And you're gonna have rocks in this area. You have a rock type soil in that little region. And then I'm gonna collect this. That's the type of soil you have there. Then those mix together. Down here, oh, you don't get that type of soil, but you'll get something like a mix here, and then you'll get a mix of whatever this soil is. That'll be the dominant soil in these areas, and then not the dominant soil here, but the dominant soil there will be more of a mix of what this is. Now, there's no greenery on this, but I might add it later. Hey RX, FRMS, welcome to the stream. I'll be ending soon, so I'll be ending in about 5 minutes. But thank you for being here. I'm just adding the soil types, so I'll continue this on like a later stream. So I know what type of trees will go where. I think this area up here could be pretty rocky. This could be a rock soil. I don't expect anything to grow there. On this southern bank, you can have that type of soil. And then here we'll have a grayish soil right up this part of the river. And it should become, I like that. It should become this brighter color here. Yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. So down here, I think we could get a marshy soil. Then like slightly green. In this area. Could be like slightly. I like that, but maybe maybe like a reddish soil like this could work here. And then this could be clay. I don't know what should be here. Maybe I could add like a special type of soil. Have a rock there. Actually, I believe what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a lake. Wait, it doesn't work like that. Hold on. I'm going to have a lake move. Oh, wait, that's a layer above this. Dang, that's right. That's actually kind of a problem. But I guess it could work. It'll be fine. Alright, so what I'll do is just move to the next layer. Collect this color and just highlight this region with the soil. And I'll just fill it in. Yeah, this looks right. With some form of new soil there. And then in this area down here, I want some mix of a clayey soil, but further to the right. Actually, a little redder clay soil in this little region. Maybe a little bit brighter than that. Something like that will work. Something bright at the top and then it gets lighter down there. I think for this, I'll definitely need like a rock formation shape down here. Just separate those two soils. And then this could take that part and this could take this part. It's not gonna be finished, but these are gonna take the soil from here, that island specifically, but then some other ones will take more of this shade. Now I'll actually have them have a redder soil than this. Like a much redder soil. So it's gonna look more like this. Well, not like that, but it will look more like this on some islands. This is what the soil is gonna look like. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. So something like that could work. Because this is coming from clay, so thinking about it, it somewhat makes sense why those items look like that. You're gonna have more clay on this end, sand on that end. And then... oh, actually here, I think... no, not like that. But, I think actually taking this soil here, from up here, and actually putting it on this island actually makes sense. Like, this should be a sand island. Picture's not done yet, but that looks pretty good. Alright, so on another stream I'll continue this. Thank you for the people who did come. Only 10 views today, but this is the work in progress, so we're gonna keep going. Alright, I'll see you guys another time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.